Guys, welcome back to Tammy's Kitchen. It's the Christmas season and I hope you guys are doing well. Thanks for tuning in to yet another recipe of mine. So today I'm going to show you guys on how to decorate a Christmas cake. It's going to be Christmas, it's going to be festive, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So let's start. The things that you're going to need for this Christmas decoration are, we're going to have two cakes, one which is going to be green, another one which is red. This is just plain vanilla cake, which I've just added some food coloring just to give it that color. Here I have the green food coloring, the red food coloring, some Christmas sprinkles, some normal colorful sprinkles, rainbow ones, this Merry Christmas topper, some icing sugar, a spatula, star-shaped tips. We're going to need the big one for this cake decoration. We're also going to use the small star-shaped tip. We also need some straws and some equipments which we're going to use later. Here I have some already made icing sugar. I've just used 1,500 grams of icing sugar and 750 grams of margarine. Here I have a cake board and the rolling board. Here I also have some piping bags. Here I have 4, but you can also use 2 for this decoration. We're going to start off by cutting our cakes, just the top, just to make it evened out. You're going to take a serrated knife and you're just going to hold the top. You're just going to cut the top off just to level out the cake. Going to set it aside. If you want a vanilla cake recipe, just check out my previous videos on my YouTube channel at Tammy's Kitchen. You're also going to be checking if it's flat enough at the top as you keep cutting. But also don't cut too much cake. Now we're going to set that aside. You're going to bring in our board. You're going to put the leftover cake onto a separate bowl. You can enjoy this with some tea or some coffee, or you can just make cake pops out of it. You're going to start by taking your board and you're going to bring in your icing sugar. Make sure to lock the board, just prevent it from moving around. You're going to take your offset spatula and you're going to take a little bit of icing. You're going to place it at the middle of the board. The reason we're doing this is to just prevent the cake from moving around. You're going to take the bottom layer of the green cake and you're just going to place it. You're going to press it a little bit. Make sure it's at the center of the board. And now we are going to unlock the board. You're going to apply some icing onto the cake. Make sure to be gentle with the cake, just to prevent it from moving around. Make sure the cake is well covered. You're going to take the top layer of the red cake and you're going to place it on top of the icing. And you're also going to apply icing onto this one, the same way we did with the green one. Make sure it's well coated with the icing. You don't have to put too much or too little. Just depends on how you like your cake. As you're decorating, you're still going to make sure that the cake is at the center of the board. You're also going to make sure that the cake is well leveled out at the top, as you can see. You're going to finish off with a little bit more of icing. Now we're going to add the final layer of the green cake, the top part now, and now you're going to add more icing. Finally, you're going to add your last layer of the red cake. Now this is the bottom should be facing up just to get the perfect edges at the sides. Now we are going to add more icing on top and also the sides. You're going to add icing as you gently scrape it around the cake. And also, if you feel like one side of the cake is slanting, if you feel like one side of the cake is slanting more than the other side, you're just going to add a little bit of icing to the side which is slanting. Make sure it's well evened out. Next, you're going to add in a straw just to stabilize the cake. You're going to add a straw at the middle. Once it's inside, you're going to take it out and cut and push it back in. Now we're going to cover it with more icing. Don't apply too much pressure onto the cake or else it will just fall apart. Just apply gently. Now you're going to also apply icing on the sides. Just going to take icing and just scrape it on the sides of the cake. Make sure you put enough icing onto the offset spatula. It's okay to add a lot of icing at this stage since you're just going to scrape it off at the end. You're going to take your cake smoother and you're just going to smoothen out your cake. You're just going to place it at this angle and you're just going to move it around as you smoothen it. Don't apply too much pressure or else it will take out all the icing from the cake. And just like that, your cake is smoothened out. You're going to scrape off the excess. You're also going to take this other cake smoother. It has these rough edges, as you can see. It will make a cool design onto the cake. But you also don't have to do this process if you don't have this item. You're also going to repeat the same process. Just going to move around the cake. And just like that, your cake is smoothened out. You're going to scrape off the excess, and now you're going to smoothen the top. You're just going to scrape off the excess from the edges and just push them in. You're just going to smoothen out the top. Doesn't have to be perfect. And just like that, your cake is finally coated with the icing. Now you're going to set it aside. Next up, you're going to take your leftover batch of icing. You're just going to make sure it's well mixed up. You're going to take a separate bowl. And you're going to take just a little bit out of the bowl and you're going to add it into a separate bowl. We are only going to need a little bit for the other decoration. For the larger batch of the icing sugar, we are going to add the red food coloring. This is dark red, not the light red. It's dark red, just perfect for Christmas. You're going to add just a little bit. You're going to mix it in. Once you've gotten your cream to the perfect shade of red, you're going to take the other batch of icing and you're going to add the green food coloring. You're going to add enough drops until you get the right shade of green. Finally, you have the perfect shade of green for your icing cream. You're also going to set that aside. Now you're going to take these big piping bags, but you can also use the small one if you'd like. You're going to put in the large star-shaped tip inside the piping bag. You're going to cut off the right size needed to fit in the tip. Now you're just going to add in the red icing cream into the piping bag. You're just going to pipe in the icing. Going to add all of it inside. You're going to chop out all the air bubbles. We're going to repeat the same process with the green icing. Now that both of your icings are ready, we are going to bring in our cake. We're going to start off with the red. You can do any design that you'd like, it just depends on how you'd like your cake to be. You're going to just apply a little bit of pressure as you pipe around the cake. Now you're just going to add some green accents around the cake wherever you'd like. I'm just going to pipe dots of green just to pop the Christmas color. Now we are going to add the Christmas sprinkles around the cake just to pop the colors. And just like that, your Christmas decorated cake is finally ready. We're going to finish it off with a Christmas topper. Just going to poke it at the middle. Now we are going to cut our cake to see how it looks inside. And just like that, your Christmas cake is finally ready to enjoy with your family and friends at a ceremony. Thank you all for tuning in to today's recipe. I hope you try this out and share with your family and friends just for you guys to bond together this Christmas. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel at Tammy's Kitchen. I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.